Before we get started, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel, like and share the video. It also helps to overcome some of the YouTube algorithm shadow banning my content. I really appreciate it, guys. Guys, in this video, I'm going to be showing you a very fundamental drill that everyone that is a concealed carrier should regularly practice. What we're going to be doing is simply drawing, getting a shot on target, and then reholstering. If you're not able to do that in a controlled environment at a range, you're going to find it much more difficult to do it under stress. If you're trying to draw from concealment, there again, having those clothes in the way, that's all things that's going to interfere with your ability. And if you don't have those fundamentals down, you're not going to be able to effectively get that firearm out. We're loaded up. I'm here with my Glock 45. We're back at about 10 yards from our target, and it is simply a very fundamental drill. What we're going to do is I'm going to grip that firearm. My support hand is going to be somewhere on my body because I do not want to make the accident of shooting myself. So keep that hand somewhere on your body to where you keep it out of the way. Drawing the holster, immediately rotating that gun, joining, extending, aiming, and pressing that trigger. And that's how we do it. Of course, when we go to reholster, it's just going to be the opposite. I'm going to bring the gun back to me. I'm going to make sure that my finger is off that trigger. I'm going to rotate that gun, and I'm going to put it back into that holster just like that. Very simple drill, very simple exercise. Now let's try that again. If you use any kind of retention on your holster, of course this is a level 3 Safari Land that I'm currently using. Most of the time for concealed carry, you're not going to be using something like this. Typically you're going to be using a pancake style holster or an inside the waistband holster. But again, guys, it's the fundamentals. You want to make sure that whatever you're using, if you have some kind of a retention on that holster, you need to make sure that you get that retention out of the way. Draw that gun, rotate toward the target, join with that support hand, extend, and fire. Bring it back. Make sure of that finger being off the trigger. Rotate that gun, keeping that muzzle slightly away from you. Reholstering. You need to practice to the point to where you can reholster that firearm without having to look at it. But make sure that you don't let any kind of clothing or other material get in that trigger guard. You do not want to cause a negligent discharge when you try to reholster your firearm. Now this time I'm going to leave that top retention off. Typically, again, most of the time you're not going to be carrying in a level 3. If you are a police officer or someone like that that carries a duty holster, then yes, you need to practice getting that retention out of the way. Once I get proficient with that basic element of drawing and firing a shot, the next thing that I want to do is add in a side step to that. We want to make sure that we get off of the egg. That's a term that most of you guys have heard in some kind of training. If you haven't, I would recommend that you find a different instructor. Now, what you want to do if someone is coming at you head on is you want to get off that X. You want to get out of that direction of their travel. A simple sidestep, getting out of their way, it's going to force them to change their tactic. It's going to give you a bit of an advantage. So again, we're going to go back to that basic element. I'm simply going to draw. I'm going to step to the side, bring that gun up, and fire. Very simple concept, guys. Again, I see the threat's coming toward me. I grip my firearm, take that support hand, put it somewhere on my body, release any kind of retention that is on that holster. I'm going to take a step to the side. I'm going to draw, extend, press. Okay? Once it's safe to do so, I'm then going to reholster the firearm. As you're running this drill, what you want to focus on is getting the proper technique. This is not trying to be as fast as you can possibly be. This is not some kind of a quick draw exercise. You want to be slow until you get the technique down properly. You also want to make sure that your shots are accurate. Okay, go down, check your target, make sure that your shots are accurate. Particularly that first shot, for when you come out of that holster, it needs to be the most critical shot. That needs to be the one that you have got exactly where you need it to be. Guys, this is just a fundamental drill that is intended to help you build your proficiency with your firearm. This should be done with a gun that you regularly carry as your everyday concealed carry firearm. It's something that is very critical for you to do, guys. This is going to help you to get better in the event that you ever needed to use that gun. Guys, thanks for watching. I would appreciate it if you would check out all the links down below. Thanks for watching. Again, as I mentioned earlier, guys, subscribe to my channel, like the video, share the video, and visit my website at boomsticktactical.com, and we'll see you next time.